Hi, and welcome to Ladies of the Paranormal World. Today, you are here with just your host today. My co-hosts are moving. Dark Angel and our VVIP. It's NIKO, is that right?
NIKO, yeah. NIKO, NIKO.
And you're a paranormal investigator, is that correct?
I am indeed, yeah. 29 years this year. Well, July.
Oh wow,
this year.
That's 29 years of pretty cool, awesome sauce, so to speak. So
Yeah.
why don't you give me a little bit about yourself, where you're located, and then we'll go ahead and get into what you do and some of your experiences. Does that sound good?
Yep, cool. So basically, I'm in the southwest of England, in a county called North Somerset, and I'm located on the Severn Estuary in what some people would subscribe as a seaside town called Weston-super-Mare. It's about 17 miles south of Bristol, if you know Bristol in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And just across the water, I can see Wales, the coast of Wales. So,
oh wow, okay.
So yeah, I've been here about 33 years now. Originally born and bred in Gloucester, which is about 60 miles up about 60 miles north on the M5 highway, as you Americans would say, or motorway in England.
I think they're pretty much the same at rush hour.
Yeah. Oh, the M5 is absolute nightmare, especially in the summer. Lots of accidents and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people traveling up and down, the country, going down to the southwest of going down to the south. I was saying Cornwall, places like that, Devon, like proper seaside towns. But like I say, we're not a proper seaside town because it's actually an estuary. It's the Severn Estuary, and it goes out into the English Channel. So.
Oh wow, okay. So it's got to be, very different from here. I've heard a lot of wonderful things about England, including some of the most famous haunts. So why don't we get into a little bit of your paranormal background? You said you've been into the paranormal field for 29 years now. How did you start out, and what got you started really wanting to investigate the paranormal?
Well, I started as a teenager back in high school, I suppose. I was in like we have there's 5 years in a high school. So I was about 14, 15, and met up with a group of friends, and we did what some would say was the unspeakable. We started playing with a Ouija board. Oops. Yeah, but we didn't have any bad experiences, luckily. We did it quite a few times, and we managed to connect with two spirits, a female and a male. The female was called Ella, and the male was called Robert.
Oh wow, okay. Hi Lainey, welcome.
Lainey and Ben. Hi guys. My new friends. They got me 222 subscribers this week. When I joined their live stream, they told everybody to go.
Oh my gosh. Hello, Jen Builder.
Oh, it's my friend Justin. Hey Justin.
Oh. Okay, so my next question, you said you were messing with the Ouija board and you guys were able to contact two spirits. Normally I save this for the end of my show, but since you've already brought it into the context, excuse me, what is your feeling on Ouija boards now? Now that you've learned a little bit?
Yeah, I've got one, and I can use it. I can open it and I can close it safely without any problems. Do a prayer before and a goodbye, and then close it down with a prayer at the end. And I've never had an attachment or anything like that. So,
well, that's great. That's a good thing. Okay, so why don't you take me back to your very first experience, the one that really grabbed you and started your entire uh, journey into missions.
Um, with the Ouija boards, I think we were at friends I were with. There were a couple at the time. It was Lisa, the girlfriend, and she was in the year below us, I think. And there was Anthony, who was in my year, and we were at his house. And now the funny thing is, his dad is actually a vicar or a pastor or whatever you want to call him. So, and we were doing it in the house while while they were out of an evening kind of thing. And I actually sort of, without being sort of crude or whatever, I actually went up to the restroom toilet, and I could hear them downstairs, and they said to Ella, like, "Go and follow him up and see how big his manhood is." And I was in the bathroom, and all of a sudden it went ice cold, and it was summer as well. I only had a t-shirt on, like now, kind of thing, and I had chicken skin, proper goosebumps. I was cold, and I was like, "Oh, what the hell?" And then I could hear them downstairs saying, "Oh, go on then, tell us how big it is." And she actually spelt out the word "big," and then kind of went, "Ha ha." So that was like my first experience of actually feeling the temperature change, and that was like weird. Um, and then we had we did it some more. And then one day they came to my house, and they were able to use the lid off a deodorant top that I had. And if you know a compact cassette, and you get the cases for a compact cassette, they actually used one of those to contact Robert. And it was
Uh
literally like forward for yes and back for no, just on a compact cassette. And between them, they had like the energy to bring Robert forward, kind of thing, and do the
Oh, okay.
the little Ouija board there. And we were messing, and like literally right where I'm sat now, at the age of 15, I used to have a like the folks' old coffee table here, and I had a stereo,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of said, can we hear your voice? And he sort of went, uh, he, he he brought the lid forward, saying yes. I thought, right, and I said, well, we could probably do it through radio, because I know you can hear like EVPs and stuff through radio. And um, and he said yes, you can hear my voice through the radio. So I literally put it on a blank long wave channel, I think it was, and I was like manually tuning it, pressing the button to get a station or where he thought he could get it, and it was literally pure white noise. And then like he went forward to say stop, and the radio was tuned to literally a dead channel. There was nothing there apart from the white noise.
Oh
And
wow.
then
Okay.
um I said, "Have you got a favorite song? When you were alive, did you have a favorite song, or do you have a favorite song now, kind of thing?" And he said yes. And uh, well, basically, we said, "Well, okay, start singing it, and I'll see if I can hear you." And I literally turned the volume up full. It wasn't a great stereo, even. It was a cheap and cheerful one that I got one Christmas from my parents. But I could actually, if I listened, I could actually hear him singing "Erasure." Stop. That was his favorite song. So he's there, and I could just literally hear him in the background going, "Stop, stand there where you are before you go too far, before you make a fool out of love." And I'm like, "Whoa, this is mental. This is absolutely crazy," kind of thing, And
Wow.
that was my first proper EVP, and it was like full lyrics, a full
Wow.
half a
Full
song.
vocal and
I heard the
everything.
lot. Yeah, not just the odd word like you get on PSP 7 or something like that. It was proper. You could hear everything. Like, it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And that was my like first taste. And then from then on, I was just like, wow, I've got to get more into this. So I started reading books. So I go to the local library and get books out on, um, you know, talking to spirits. ghost hunting, that kind of thing. And I found my favorite author at the time, which is Peter Underwood, who's like a really cool, celebrated English ghost hunter. And if you're any kind of ghost hunter, the first person you turn to or about is definitely Peter Underwood, and his books are
Yes,
absolutely amazing.
absolutely,
I'm
absolutely.
to the point where I ended up selling them a while back. Unfortunately, I fell on like
Oh,
hard times, and I had to sell the
oh, I
books.
can understand
But
that, especially with COVID. I think everybody kind of fell down a
no, exactly,
financial
that's
slope.
it, pretty much. Yeah. And basically, I've now re-downloaded them on Audible.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah,
Now,
I quite like listening to them on my Bluetooth speaker. I like if I'm trying to go to sleep, I put them on for a bit.
there you go. That's perfect. Okay, so my next question is going to be, now you and I, being investigators ourselves, we know the difference between a dark entity, a negative
Yeah,
entity, and a demonic. Have you
yeah.
ever had a interaction with a demonic entity, something that really made the hairs on the back of your neck stand and made you feel kind of threatened or unwelcomed or even uncomfortable?
No, I can honestly say, hand on heart, I've never come across anything like that at all. For some bizarre
That's
reason, I've been told, especially by my great gran, who's my spirit guide, um, she's come through quite a lot when I've been on investigations, and she looks out for me.
oh,
And
that's good.
she said you attract friendly, good spirits. And
Well, that's
one
a
of the
good
apps
thing.
I use is actually called the Spirit Talker, and it's made by a company called I can't remember the company, but the guy that endorses it and made it with the company is also a UK ghost hunter, and his name is Tom Buckmaster. And I use that. And the thing is, I'm subscribed to him on YouTube, so when I watch his videos, I run the app on my phone
Uh huh.
at the same time as I'm watching his videos. And there's been a few times, whether it's been coincidence or something else, they've both come up with the same words. I normally get the word before he does, and then in the video he gets the same word, and I'm just like, wow, this is
Oh
crazy.
wow,
So
that's
yeah,
pretty cool. You'll have to video that sometime so that we can see that happening. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so no experiences with demonic, which is great because I don't know about you, kind of makes me want to go like this when it comes to anything like that. Now, what's this called? Spirit
yeah, I'm trying to
Talker?
go.
Is that right?
Spirit Talker,
Ah,
yeah. The main
okay.
words come through there,
Mhm.
and then that's like the library of the words. But it's also got an EMF meter on it as well.
Oh wow.
Sorry, there,
Okay. So this is sort of
just
like
there.
an
That.
obelisk, but an app.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's
I've
literally
I've always
I
been a little
paid £2
skeptical
for it, I
of.
think.
I've always been a little skeptical of phone apps because they have a tendency. Hi, I'm trying to read the Isla.
Isla.
Isla. Hi, Isla. It's nice to meet you. Good having you. Um,
Silently.
I've always been a little skeptical of the phone devices because I've had different ones that I've tried that spit out a bunch of random words and they
Oh,
don't make any
I've
coherent
tried
sense.
literally, I've tried 20 or something like that, and Spirit Box ones are just. Ugh.
Yeah, those
Um,
are the ones that
I know
and the
they.
obelisk ones I've been a little leery of. So
Mm,
what makes the Spirit Talker different than uh, any of the other apps? Do you think?
it's accurate. It's precise, and I know I've gotten words that come through that shouldn't come through, that aren't actually in the dictionary. And I know watching Tom's videos, he's had a few as well. It shouldn't come up with RAF, and it does a lot with me, which is Royal Air Force, basically the abbreviation. And
Right.
RAF comes up quite a lot. And I think that's my granddad. My granddad was in the RAF. He was a physical training instructor in the RAF,
Oh,
and he traveled
okay.
all over the world. he travelled all over the world: Hong Kong, Singapore, Egypt, and then eventually settled in the UK at an RAF base, which is about 3 miles from where I used to live when I lived in Gloucester, my old hometown. And by the way, we won today. Look, I've got my Gloucester
Oh,
rugby.
look at that! That is awesome.
Um,
Well,
and we won
congratulations on the
today.
win.
We won the derby today against our arch rivals, Bath. If you know Bath, in historic town in England, it's only about 20 miles or so from me.
Oh
So
wow, okay.
yeah,
Okay, now
and we
I'm going
won.
to ask you what your favorite haunt was, and maybe talk a little bit about the history of the place as you explain it, so that we, because I'm from America, so anybody here is going to be like, "Well, what's that?" So, why don't we start off with your favorite haunt, the name of the place, and a little bit of the history. Hi, Lainey. How are you today?
Oh, Laney's coming separate. Huh? That's Laney from Laney and Ben. Hi, Laney. My favorite haunt. Believe it or not, it wasn't actually a location as such. It was actually one of my homes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and in total there was 5 spirits, and 2 of those were poltergeists.
Oh, okay.
And not bad.
So
They weren't
why
bad
don't we
poltergeists.
talk
They
about
were
that?
friendly. Yeah, friendly. Yeah. So
Oh, so they weren't like
um,
out to destroy your life or anything.
no, one of them was. I believe she was 21. Her name was Victoria, and I know that she passed. There's like a toll road
Hmm.
in the town, and it kind of goes from. I'm in Whirl, and if I wanted to get to town a bit quicker, less traffic, whatever, I would literally go through the toll road, and it's quite windy,
Hmm.
and there's a bit of a drop on the one side, so you got to be, you got to be careful. Don't be doing silly speeds because you'll end up going off the edge. And
Oh my
apparently,
gosh.
that's what she did. She had a few drinkies, so to speak,
Hmm.
and lost control of the car and went off the edge, and that's how she passed.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's
Um,
awful.
and the actual building was the old vicarage of the church that was literally down the road from us. Yeah, Justin
Oh,
says
you've got
go
someone that
friendly.
knows who. Yeah, I was gonna say someone knows what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
Justin lives in my town as well. Yeah, Weston-super-Mare. Yeah. Um, so anyway, yes, that's how she passed. Unfortunately, she went off the edge. So anyway, she came back to the house, and like I say, the house was an old vicarage before it was turned into flats. So if you take away all the partition walls, all the false walls, it would have been a
Hi,
big
Evie Morgan. It's nice to see you.
like kind of uh, family house, but it was turned into
Hmm.
10 flats, and we were number 10. So as you looked at the house, we were top left, yeah, top left. So we had like the front window, and then round the back we had an awesome view. You could actually see out over the bay of Weston, and you could see the pier and all that kind of
Hmm.
stuff if you looked out. It was brilliant. But our flat, if you'd have taken away all the partition walls, would have been a massive living room. And as it was, we had like a 30-foot square living room kitchen built in. And the first night we moved in, um, we believe it was the cook, and she opened. We were sat watching telly, and then all of a sudden we heard this stunk kind of thing, and we looked round, and the cutlery drawer was been open, and that was our first experience. That was
Sorry,
pretty
my
crazy.
kids are screaming. I had myself on mute for a minute.
Oh right, okay, no worries.
Okay, so with that being one of them, and it not really being another haunted place that people are familiar with, have you done any investigations in any other places? Like you put all your cameras up and you stayed the night, or the 12 hours. I don't know how long. Sometimes it's required certain amount of time. And if so, what's your favorite haunt that you've been to outside of a home that you've lived in? Of course, I want to hear about the homes you've lived in, but I also want to hear about other experiences as well.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Um, about I'm trying to think now, about 15 miles well, we're going south. We me and my friend, who I originally set up with, when we were like 18 or 19, so 1994, 95, I guess. We went and visited a pub in a village called Mark. Now it's like a really old village, and the pub was called the Pack Horse, and it
Thank
was a
you, Evie.
coaching.
And my eye color is gray hazel.
Um, yeah, sorry. Yeah, the
Yeah, sorry, I
pub
was
was
making sure to reply.
okay. Yeah, the pub was actually a coaching stop on the roads, so like the 17, I want to say up to 1800 sort of time. And when they started renovating the place, they wanted to build some rooms to make it a bed and breakfast. And when they did so, they uncovered a child's shoe buried in the wall, which was supposed to be lucky in that sort of time. You were supposed to, when you built the wall kind of thing, put it in and brick it up. And also when they
Right.
did the entrance way and you looked up, they actually skimmed all the ceiling, and underneath they found the crest of Charles II, which is
Oh
quite
wow.
relevant now because now we've got Charles III, haven't we?
Yeah.
So his name forebearer actually stayed at the Pack Horse when it was a coaching hotel.
Oh
And
wow.
so that's, well, I don't know the exact date. That's got to be 17, latish 17, something like that. So the place had been a long time. And then obviously once they'd started, building the rooms and stuff started happening, as we all know. When you start building and stuff, spirits are like,
Right.
no,
You start messing
they
with
don't
what
like it.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
An actual child shoe. That's terrifying. Yes, yes, it is. Um,
It was tradition back then, though. That's what they used to do. They used to find it lucky. But yeah. Anyway, we went on a recce the first night. Me and my friend James at the time, who were part of the group that we had other members. I think
all
there was
right.
6 of us in total. I had a girlfriend who'd join us once
I've
in a
taken
while.
down chimney stacks and found children's shoes and kitten bones in a jar. Oh, that's odd
Yeah.
and creepy.
Yeah. So
Very old house, isn't it?
yeah,
Okay, so
just
that
as
maybe
well as
had to have been some kind of
a lot
tradition
of
type
fun.
thing.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
weird.
yeah. A good look, I think it is. A good
Yeah. Heck yeah.
vibe sort of
Well,
thing. Keep the spirits
hopefully they
away, I
didn't
think.
sacrifice the
Something like that.
kitten to do that.
Daddy has to get her red towel.
Keep the
Daddy,
evil
I'll be
away and
right
the
back.
witches away and whatnot.
I'm sorry. I'll be right
Uh,
back. My
okay.
family issue. Just 1 second.
Oh, got my favourite tipple tonight. Um, God, I love this stuff. This is my first bottle in about 3 years. So
Sorry about that, children.
no, it's okay. No worries. I know
They're
the
killing
problem.
each other.
I got 3 myself and a grandson. So
Oh, got you. So you know how it is. Um.
yeah, he's 1 on Sunday, Monday. He'll be 1 on Monday. I'm
Oh,
like,
so the
geez,
cat.
where's the time gone?
I'm learning all kinds of new stuff today. So the cat was to stop witches from coming down the chimney, apparently. So I did not
Yeah,
know that.
that's
Now
it.
I do. So
Yeah,
go
there's a
ahead.
lot of
Where you were, darling.
weird
I'm sorry
English
about that.
traditions. A lot of weird English traditions. Yeah, so we went this one particular night before we actually kind of did the investigation, just to check out the place and have a chat with the landlord and the landlady. And it was weird. We went down the corridor that would eventually take you up the steps to the
Hmm.
new rooms that they built for the bed and breakfast. And
Right.
off to the right was like a glass partition and a
Hmm.
fire door. And I don't know if you know, in English, well, UK fire doors, they've got like a gas strut on the top, so you've really got to push them open.
Oh, okay. No, I
Open them.
didn't know that, but I think we have something similar
And
to
then,
that on our buses and stuff.
yeah, and we were just stood chatting with the landlord, and like I said, glass partition, and then there was the door, and then behind that was the back door, which went out into the courtyard where in the olden days the coaches would come in, kind of thing. And it was an old door; it was literally a latch that you lifted up, and it was old oak or something like that. It was a solid door. And then off to the right was the gentleman's toilet, and then off to the left was the ladies' toilet either side. Anyway, we
Right.
were chatting. All of a sudden, the latch lifted on the back door. The back
Oh
door
no.
swung open. Then it closed, bump, quite hard. And then
Oh gosh.
the fire door in front of us opened, and the ladies' toilet door opened, and the gentleman's toilet door opened, and they all closed. And then this, like I say, this fire door opened in front of us as though somebody had just walked in.
Oh, that's
What? And
creepy.
we were like, and the landlord's like, don't worry about that. It happens all the time. And me and James just looked at each other as if to say, what the heck, dude? What have we just witnessed? Some poltergeist had just walked in, dum, 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 and probably walked past us. I didn't feel a breeze or anything, but yeah. And then later on, we were sat in the bar, and there was like they got like long bar seats
Mhm.
facing each other, like kind of little snugs, I suppose.
Mhm.
And we were sat there, and James was opposite me, and we were having a pint, just kind of chatting. And
Mhm.
I got a really cold breeze, dude. It's down the side of my face, and my arms really cold as well. But it's literally just my right hand side. He's like, I got the camera here, dude. And bearing in mind, this is 95, so it's like a proper film camera back in the day. It's not digital or anything like that. And he took a snap. Eventually, we got the film developed, and there was
Right.
an oar the size. Well, I don't know. It must have been about 2 foot, literally on the
Mhm.
seat next to me,
Oh my gosh.
like a 2 foot oar, but as though somebody was sat next to me. I was just like, whoa, that was crazy, crazy,
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
so that sounds
and then we
pretty spooky all on its own. And then you got
Hmm.
things that are sitting next to you that are unfamiliar. Um,
Yeah, I mean, they did have an active poltergeist there as well, but unfortunately, even when we did the investigation, we didn't see anything.
oh,
Or
okay. So now,
but
have you ever had experiences with apparitions, things that are almost full body or defined?
yeah,
Okay, so how
I have
and where
indeed.
did you have that?
That would be in my town again. That's basically where I go. I haven't been a lot of places out of the town, to be honest, because there's quite a lot of good places to visit. Even you don't have when some places charge
Oh
for
yeah, I
to
know. Some of
stay the
them want
night and
you to
stuff.
pay.
Some locations, yeah, they charge a flipping fortune, unfortunately.
Of
And then
course they
obviously
do.
back then we were not even 20, so we weren't earning a great deal probably.
Mhm.
And we went up to there's a village um, from here. It's probably about 5 miles away, and it's
Mhm.
called Uphill,
Uphill.
Uphill, and
Mhm.
it's a village, and it's got a massive hill, and then on top of the hill is the church. Unfortunately, it's the old church, and it's literally a shell. There's no roof,
Oh
but
wow.
everywhere around it it's all closed and boarded up and stuff. You can't get in it,
Oh wow.
unfortunately.
Okay.
But there is a graveyard and all that kind of stuff, and you can look out. It's quite high up. You can actually look out into the coast and
Oh
all that
wow.
kind of stuff.
Okay.
And
So that's way up.
back in the early days, the front edge of it, as you're looking from the sea, you look up. They actually it was like that and like that.
Right.
You could see that from the sea, and the whole of that was painted
wow.
white, so you could see it quite well of a night time if you're in a ship.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
you think,
That's
getting
pretty
near the
cool.
coast. I don't want to ground my ship or anything.
Right.
So there was that. But the time we took, we just had cameras, no
Mhm.
video or nothing like that. The video cameras back then were silly money, thousands of pounds, and before they became phones, basically. Back in
I
the
was
day.
gonna say now
And
everybody's got the iPhone
yeah,
or their
exactly.
Androids or what have you.
Yeah, I'm an Android guy myself. Samsung all the way.
Same. I have my Samsung.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, cool.
So mine's the 22 Ultra, I think.
Oh, cool. I'm a little bit behind. I got 21 standard. So,
Oh, that's not bad. That one's a
but
good one. I have
yeah.
that one.
Anyway, so yeah, we took some photos
Mhm.
while we were up there. It wasn't raining and it wasn't snowing.
Mhm.
And when we got the film back, looking out across the graveyard, there was hundreds, and I mean hundreds of orbs that, like, when you look on a camera these days and you see orbs, it's probably rain or snow. But this is
Right.
like a film camera. We got the film developed, and we got a picture of a monk,
Oh.
proper hood. Couldn't
Oh
see the
wow.
face, but you could see it was just pure black cloak.
Oh
Proper.
wow.
Yeah. We
That's
reckoned
pretty
probably,
good.
I don't know, going back 150 years or something like that, because the church
Mm,
is like really old. And so we got the monk, and we also got the orbs.
right.
And then James had a friend who used to work for a local free paper that doesn't exist anymore now. But back in the day, funnily enough, we put an advert in there
Oh wow.
to
Okay.
find, to ask people if their house is haunted and not to be embarrassed and contact us and we'll come and
Mhm.
investigate and that kind of stuff. Bearing in mind this is 95, so there was no ghost adventures, no ghost hunters, nothing was
Mhm.
on TV. We were sort of doing it, and it wasn't a fad, a thing. We
Right.
were
Exactly. Well,
we were out
because
there
I
doing it
know back
first,
then,
kind of
if
thing.
you talked
And
about
people
stuff
used to
like
laugh
that,
at us and stuff.
people, right? They used to think you were crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and now everybody's doing it. Every man and his dog,
That's because the belief has grown.
Well, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
We've got
Um,
people that are finally coming out with the truth about UFOs. We've got, all kinds
hmm,
of stuff that are starting to open the eyes of people around, going, well, if that's real, maybe the paranormal really is real. So now it's
yeah,
becoming a sensation.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
But
so what was
yeah.
the most? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Just finishing off the story quick. Yeah, James knew somebody at this free paper, and he had a contact that worked at Kodak
Oh
UK.
wow, there's a company I haven't heard from in a while.
Exactly. Yeah, back in the day with the old films for the cameras and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, he analysed the photos and they come back. And we sent the camera off as well. He wanted the camera, so he analysed the camera and the film, and both were 100% legit.
Oh
So there we
wow.
go.
See, now I wish you had that photo because I'd love to see it.
Unfortunately, me and James are no longer friends. We haven't been for a while, unfortunately.
Oh well,
But yeah,
that's
it would have
nothing.
been nice to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I know you have years of experience, so I know you've probably been to, like you said, in your town at least, a lot of really haunted places. Did you ever
Mhm.
do residential hauntings as well?
Um, no, But recently, I've had a brainwave, and if I possibly can, I'd like to go back to some of my previous homes where I know 100% legit that there is something there. You know, like I say, if I could go back to the old vicarage and go and speak to Victoria, because I know she's there. We left her behind. I had a friend come round, and probably Lainey and Ben will know that they've just recently passed on to two spirits that they had in the house, possibly more. I don't know.
Oh
I think
wow.
so. Anyway, we passed on three of the five. We left Victoria, the playful poltergeist, bless her, and the cook that was in the house as well. We left those two
Okay.
behind, but we got rid of the one of the vicars used to sit in the bedroom window, our bedroom window, looking out
Mhm.
when it was the front room, just staring out the window all day, watching the world go by.
Oh
And
wow.
there was two other spirits as well. There was also a cat, believe it or not. And I
Oh
used to see it
wow.
out of the corner of my eye. It was a black and white cat, and I used to see it out of the corner of my eye when we lived there. And then when can't think of her name there. I think her name was Mary. She was like a friend of a friend, medium.
Mhm.
When she come round, and she said, "Oh, I'm sensing a cat," and there was about five or six others that were her friends that all came round as well to
Mhm.
experience what was going on and stuff. As soon as she said cat, everybody in the room heard a meow,
Oh
as
no.
though it was like on command. It was like, what the heck? But we all heard it. There must have been, yeah, six or seven of us
And there
that
there
all
wasn't a cat
witnessed
in
the
the house
meow.
anywhere.
No, we weren't allowed
Oh
pets.
wow.
We had, saying that, we had a hamster,
Well,
and
hamsters don't
the
meow, so
weird,
I'm pretty sure it wasn't the
no, exactly.
hamster.
And the weird thing was, obviously being an old house, it was carpeted, but I had to pull up the floorboards at one point, and no joke, they were like that thick, proper old wood
Oh wow.
floorboards. I had to pull up the floorboards because the hamster he had one of those balls, so he was just running around all the way
Mhm.
around and going in and out of all the rooms and stuff. And he
Mhm.
went to the bathroom, and he hit the pedestal of the sink,
Oh.
and then there was a hole about that big.
Mhm.
So his ball split in half, and he
Oh
went,
no.
"Oh, bargain, look!" And he literally dived in the hole, and we were like, "Oh no, we've lost Harry! Oh my god!"
Oh my
And
gosh. Oh
like
no.
my girlfriend at the time was like, "No, we got to get him! We got to get him! Quick, dig up some floorboards!" And pulling the carpet up and digging up floorboards, sticking my head down there with a torch. No, I can't see him. I can't see him. Anyway, a couple of days went by, and where were they? The flat below us. Um, they went outside and rang the doorbell on the
Mhm.
front door, and it's like we're like press the intercom. Hello, hello. This is Dave from flat 5. Below you. I was like, oh yeah. Did you lose a hamster? I'm like, yeah, we did. How do you know? And he went, because he ended up in our bath, and I don't know how. He was literally in the bath trying to get out. He was scampering in the bath. How he got there, I do not know. But we got him back. We thought he
Oh
was
my gosh.
dead. Bless him. We got him back.
Oh my
Lucky
goodness.
Harry.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah,
so.
that was like one funny story from that place. That yeah. So anyway, going back, it was a vicarage first of all. Then they
Mhm.
eventually moved it to a bit closer to the church because it was quite a walk up the hill. And some of these
Mhm.
vicars, God bless them, were a little bit old to try and get up
Oh
this hill.
yeah.
So they
I was
eventually
gonna
took it
say
down.
that's a hike
They,
for a
they,
normal person.
yeah. And then after that, it turned into a hospice. So
Oh wow. So it
some people
probably
may
had
have
seen its
passed in the
fair share
building.
of passings.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy. And then they
And
turned it into a residence after that?
yep, yep. They turned it into
Wow.
flats, and
That's
they put false walls in here, there, and everywhere, and a front door here and a front door there. And
Now, did you ever dig up
So
any of the history on it besides it being a vicarage? Like, did you look up the passings as it being a what'd you call it, hospice and anything like that, or did you get a chance to really dig into the background?
no, not really. Just what the medium, bless her, came up with. You know,
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
but there was a
that's
heaviness
still a
on the
really
stairs.
interesting
There
history.
was literally one set of steps, then a flat bit, and then up another set of steps, and then there was two flats, ours and like next doors.
Hmm.
But as you came up the first flight of stairs, got to the flat bit, and as you went to come up the second flight of stairs, your legs would go really heavy.
Oh,
And it turns out the Mary, the medium, turned around and basically said somebody threw themselves off the stairs.
oh gosh.
So yeah, so she went out there and she got rid of it somehow. If she had to pass somebody on or something, I don't know. But somebody definitely kind of chucked themselves off the stairs. Hence, while you were getting the
I was
heaviness.
gonna I was gonna say,
Yeah.
since she was a medium, she probably helped by blessing the home to help them pass on.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, so my next question is, what's your most terrifying experience? If you had to range from 1 to 100, your worst experience scared you out your pants, which one would that be?
Um, Here in this house right now. Um, I know there's something here. I don't know who it is, but there's something here. And while my folks were away on holiday, um, this was before COVID, I believe. So about 3 years ago, I was led in bed and I got a really hard knock on the door, my bedroom door. I'm thinking, hang on a minute. There's only At the time I had a cat, and I thought there's only
Mm-hmm.
me and the cat in the house. The folks are on holiday. What's
Mm-hmm.
going on? Um, so I kind of sat up, and there was a pause, and then it
Mm-hmm.
knocked again. So I literally flew out of bed, opened the door, and I'm like, "Hello, hello," and I'm shouting on the landing and stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
literally went all around the house in the end. There was nobody there.
Oh
Somebody
wow.
wanted my attention. And on the
Now,
spirit,
what is
they
it?
always
Oh.
say, like, we want to be your friends.
Mm-hmm.
You're really nice, that kind of stuff. I mean,
Right.
I've taken a lot of screenshots of it,
Oh, have
and I
you?
was hoping to send them to Tom, but yeah, I've taken a lot of screenshots
Well, we'd love to see
um,
those.
on my photo gallery, so I can give you kind of like an example, I suppose, of what I get.
Absolutely.
But in here, I get stuff off the land. I believe a lot of it is the land that we're on. This was old farmland back in the day, and I've
Mm-hmm.
had two ex-girlfriends that were both in some way sensitive, or
Mm-hmm.
one was into witchcraft, but like good witchcraft, white
Oh,
witch,
okay.
Wiccan kind of stuff, and she was
Right.
into
Not
that,
the
and she was the
not the
one
dark
that told
magic.
me. She told me about my great grand being my spirit guide,
Oh,
and there's
okay.
a story to my great grand. Bear me 2 secs. I'll just.
Oh
That's
wow,
my
she's
great grand.
gorgeous. She
Yeah,
was beautiful.
she was 42 when she passed,
Oh, that's sad.
and my grandmother was 11.
Oh
So,
wow. Okay, so really
but
young.
she was murdered, and
Oh.
it hit every single press in the UK like it would be on like the television news kind of thing. but
Oh gosh.
all the newspapers, because obviously it was 1939, so the year of the war started. July, I believe, June, July, and she was in a hospital, and apparently she'd had a hysterectomy, I believe. According to my mum's sister, my auntie, who's done she's done all the family tree, and but
Right.
she found out that uh my grandma, Edith was her name, she was seeing a chap and didn't realize, but he was married. He came to visit her for the day while she was like doing her rest period after her operation, and basically took her out for the day.
Okay.
Then he strangled her,
Oh
put her
gosh.
body in the boot of the car, then drove to his estranged wife. He was still married to her, and said, "Look, I'm really sorry. Look," and took her out to the car, opened up the boot kind of thing, and said, "Look,
Oh my
I've
gosh.
killed my girlfriend. I've killed my girlfriend, and then." Can we sort things out? Can I get back together with you? And she's like, no, 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 no. Anyway, took her in the house and he shot her. So he shot his wife as well.
Oh, so he was
He
double
strangled
murdered.
my, yeah. But he,
Oh
as
wow.
far as I know, he was only ever jailed for the murder of his wife. My gran didn't see justice,
Oh, that's awful.
which is
So
a real
she's
shame.
probably at unrest for that.
Yeah.
Well, that's
But
terrible.
apparently, yeah. Apparently, she came to me when I was a toddler, when I was about 2 years old, and became like my guardian angel. And for years and years and years, I'm a side sleeper, and I like to sleep on my left side, like towards the edge of the bed. And there's been times in the summer where I've been breathing in pure cold air, as though somebody's stood next to me at the side of the bed.
Oh wow.
So, so yeah,
Oh wow.
she's there.
Okay. So what is it
Um,
about the entity in your home that makes you believe it is dark, or what makes it scary?
um, I don't know. It's scary. I know. I think it just likes to catch me by surprise more than anything. I don't think it's bad. Just does
Okay, so it's not
things when you're
malevolent.
least expecting it, kind of thing. Like, if I was on a ghost hunt, like my ESP would be like, what? You're just always wary of what's going on in case something does happen, kind of thing. But you're in your house, you're chilling out, whatever. I'm sat here. I'm a smoker, so I'm sat
Same
here
here.
watching YouTube stuff, and I've got a set of headphones on the edge of my bed. I mean, if I can just kind of give you an idea, look. That's
I see.
but that's my headphones.
Okay.
That's where I hang them. And there's been twice now where that's happened.
Oh,
And I've looked and I'm
and
like,
it's
what
not like
the?
you've hit the cord or
Somebody
you know.
wants my attention. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Which is
So
fine. I don't
unfortunately,
mind. I mean, I can lie in bed as well and I can hear tapping. And right behind where we are now, I don't know if you can hear that. That's my TV. It's an old
I
TV.
can
It's
hear it.
about 12 years old, so LG. But I can actually hear when I'm led in bed, somebody's tapping on the
Oh.
like that on the TV frame or something like that.
Oh
And it's
wow.
and people have said to me before, well, not people, but like sort of family. I've said I keep hearing this blooming tapping in my bedroom, and it's somebody trying to get my attention or whatever, or just to say, look, I'm here. Don't worry
Right.
about me. I'm with you, kind of thing. And some people say, oh, it's an old TV and it gets hot, and it's just the plastic cooling down. And this is like 4 hours later, and I've woken up. Perhaps I've popped to the toilet or something, grabbed a glass of water. I'm sat on the side of the bed drinking it, and this is 4 hours later. And then, hello, kind of thing. I'm
Oh
here.
wow. Wow.
And
See
my
that's
son, my
crazy.
son now before is behind me. I've got like one of those like closed rail wardrobes, just an
Mhm.
open job, and my son normally sits on the bed. If we watch it, we watch like Disney Plus, we watch like Star Wars and Marvel. We're big fans. And my
Right.
son's been sat on the edge of the bed before now, and he said he heard somebody breathing about 2 months ago, I think it was, something like that,
Mhm.
over in the corner where my wardrobe is. And I'm thinking, well, how can somebody be in that corner? There's a flipping load of clothes in the way. But he's heard that.
Right.
And also, um, my son had a Spider-Man torch one Christmas, and you can put these like little plastic shapes over the torch and then shine it on the wall, and you've got like the spider for Spider-Man and
Oh, that's
or
cool.
Spider-Man's face. And the plastic shapes were on the wardrobe over there behind me. You can probably see it as a mirror. You
Yep.
see it sort of exactly where my finger is.
Mhm.
And underneath, and both, mind you, both of those, the wardrobe and there's a chest of drawers there as well. They were my grandparents. And once they
Oh,
passed,
okay.
they came to the house. I mean, they passed back in 2000, I think, in 2000 and no 2001, and then that was my grand, and then my granddad passed 14 months later. So
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
2000 and
So very close
2002.
together.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. They're both in their 80s, 82, 83, I think, something like that. So they'd had, a good innings, bless them. But yeah, so it's theirs. Um, and one time we were like sat here, like I said, watching Disney Plus or something, and I heard like this plastic, like a spinning top. It
Mhm.
was sort of went like somebody picked it up and was spinning it,
Oh
and
wow.
we both heard it. And it turned out it was literally one of these things that fits on his torch, which is
Oh,
pretty incredible. But we both witnessed it, so
that's cool and crazy and
yeah.
crazy and scary and yeah. I don't know. I'd be a mix of emotions on that one. Um. So unfortunately, this has to be my last question for today. But you know what? I would love to have you on again, if you're
Oh
willing to
yeah,
do a
brilliant!
repeat
Love to come
appearance
back. Yeah,
because
yeah.
you guys, whenever I talk to someone that's had as much experience as you have, I want to be able to let you tell your full story because it's about you. The show, that hour, it's all
Yeah.
about you. So, um,
Cool.
my last question, and for tonight anyway, is going to be: what are your top 5 bucket list locations? Top 5.
Oh, that's difficult.
Everybody has a bucket list.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, um, place about 27 miles from me that's supposed to be really active, and I know loads of YouTubers have been there. Would be Bodmin Jail.
Okay.
That's one, and that's not too far. So that's a good. And
So
they
that
do
one's
a lot
not
of
out of the question of being able to do.
yeah. It's I think it's border Devon, Bodmin. So it's like I say, it's not far, 27 miles. Um, and um, mm,
It's hard to pick just 5, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. I suppose these are in no particular order. Just 5 locations I definitely want to go to. Um, Hellfire Club.
Ooh, you and me both.
Yeah, definitely. Um, one that I don't know whether I want to go or not now. I did used to want to go, but then every man and his dog decided they wanted to go there, and that's 30 East Drive. And I think that's been milked a lot. A lot of people have gone there to the point where I think
Oh,
the spirits or whoever resides there now are just like, well, whatever,
pretty
do whatever
much.
you
You know,
like. I
you've been
can't be bothered. Yeah,
over investigated. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I
I feel
know
the same way
I'm
about
not,
like Waverly
I'm not.
here. We got Waverly Hills Sanatorium, and that's
Oh
kind of the same.
yeah, that would be a good one. Yeah, if I could go to the States, I've been to the States a couple of times, but just Florida, Orlando with family, twice, but thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, I'd love to go back to the States. Definitely.
Come here.
Trying to think what else. So yeah, Waverly, another one.
I know one of the ones I want to go to is Lava Hot Springs Inn, Lava Hot Springs Inn, and the Ancient Ram Inn. Are two that I want to go for.
Oh, Ancient Ram, yeah. But that's another one that's borderline 30 East Drive. That one's been done a lot as well. Although it's still supposed to be quite active. Whatever is there has got an attitude.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's something a little darker, or so they say, something a little darker. I know that they have Limp Mansion too. That's another one I want to go to.
Okay.
So how about you? You got two. I think two more that you got to come up with.
Okay.
There's so many.
The Conjuring House. Can't remember what it's called. Where the Conjuring originated from, the family with. That's US, by the way. I can't remember where it is though.
Well, if you describe it, I might be able to help you out there.
I'll have to look it up. That one, but that sounds pretty cool.
Is it the Axe Murder House?
No, that's another one.
The Ballistic Axe Murder House.
Yeah.
The other one that I can think of that's real famous here is the Lizzie Borden home.
Oh yeah, Lizzie Borden. Yeah, I've seen some good videos. Like cameras being left while the group have gone outside for a cigarette break or whatever, and come back, and the cameras, they played the footage, and the camera's like rocking and
it completely turned. Yeah, that's one of my favorite clips that I've seen, and that's one of the houses that I want to go to too, because it's supposed to be extremely active, as well as the Ballistic Axe Murder House, which is one of my top 5. So, as much as I hate to say this, because my hour's coming up, and people usually, they get to come on and they get to explain themselves and talk about their story, but when you've had many years of experience, like I said, I want to bring you back and have you on again. So stick around when I hit the outro. I'll get you scheduled for another date, and
yeah, sure,
we'll go from there. Okay. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us with Ladies of the Paranormal World. Today was our VVIP, NIKO, and hopefully we'll see him back very soon. And
definitely.
Stop that right now. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. I forgot to share it, didn't I? I forgot to share it. My bad. That was foolish. Let's try that again. Of course, I exited. There we go.
Anthony broke it.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be touching any toys.